Wayno's a hustler. That's one thing I like about Wayno. Wayno's a hustler, bro. I'm gonna tell you why I knew Wayno would win. By the way, salute to my boy Wayno. Let me pull up his article. It's my guy. Type in his name is Wayno Clark. Type my guy name in here. If you don't know, my boy is the vice president of A&R at QC. I'm going to tell you why Wayno is great. Wayno, he's a seasoned person in this industry, and also he's a little older. But let me tell you one thing about that nigga Wayno. He not one of them niggas who's stuck in his old ways. You remember when I first came in and people were like, yo, he's on Twitch. Yo, they were clowning Twitch. Act like, yo, Twitch. Niggas was giggling. He's a gamer. He's a nerd. Let me tell you this. You know when I met Wayno? Wayno ain't know what the Twitch was. But he said, I don't know what that shit was, but I watched you on there one day. It was good. You know the very first thing Wayno asked me? How you do that Twitch? That's a nigga who I knew was going to make it. That's a nigga who I knew was going to make it. That's a nigga who wasn't going to be like, oh, man, nah. Like, yo, I came up during the Rockefeller era, bro. Twitch, like, first thing he said is, act. So how I do that? He said, wait, so you could just set up the cameras? It's like, how much? Like, wait, so how much does that cost? Ask the right questions. Yo, I'm telling you the truth. Yo, I knew Wayno was going to be a winner no matter what. Yo, we did everyday struggle. You don't really know if he's that good. You don't know he's that good. Wayno say to me, be like, yo, like he was just asking me like random questions, like, yo, act like what's the thought process with this? And by the way, he's a man too, so you know he might have like whatever judgments of anything. We disagreed on a bunch of shit. Y'all see it on the show. But one thing he was always smart to do, he asked the question to possibly gain the knowledge, and he put feelings aside. That's a nigga who I know. Put it like this. You bring him around whatever you got going on, he only need to be around a week. And then he figure out a place for himself. That's genius, my nigga. That's a hustler. That's a hustler, bro. Wayno said one of the dopest things. Wayno said, yo, listen, when they brought me in the complex, they wanted me to kind of play the Joe role. So I'm older, I'm more whatever. I've been like, you know, around Rockefeller Center. They wanted me to come in here and just kind of like, yo, let me just kind of try to sun Akademiks, because like that's the shtick. Like that was the thing that was getting the views. When Joe was here, it was like, yo, Joe's like an artist, blah blah. Like he would be like, yo, you these new niggas, let me just get you upright and put like, yo, you don't know about these older people. It's nostalgia. Like, you know what I mean? The younger people tuning for me, you get a good grasp of the older people, and that's how we're going to sell the show. And I'm going to give credit to Nadeska too. Salute to Nadeska. That's my beautiful co-host and like just lifelong friend. She had a baby. She revealed her baby recently. I'm glad for her. Wayno realized within the first like 2 weeks, I think he had tried it one episode and he was like, this is not the energy that's natural for me. And I get that's what they might want, but that's not me. And also, I'm not someone who hates newer music like that. There's so many people who are stuck playing a role based on what they've been told will get them paid. So if they tell you you got to be this to keep getting your paycheck, you're going to be this even if you don't really fully believe it. That was dope of Wayno. He's like, nah, I'm going to create my own path. Like Wayno was the first person who told me about ESTG. Wayno told me about some dope artists. It's like, yo, you know this guy Action Pack? Wayno was a VP of Asylum. So he could have been the guy who was just like, oh, I'm going to just say the new generation, or I'm going to try to understand them. Smart dude. Let me tell you this right now. And I'm going to project into the future. Wayno is going to do a phenomenal job. He's going to break a few artists as being VP of A&R at QC. And by the way, I had spoken to P and other, like, there's been multiple people who have asked me about Wayno, and I've spoken very highly of him because he's a really, he's not only a hustler, but he's a guy who understands both generations. He understands a lot in the game. Wayno's going to get his own label at some point, and Wayno is going to be a ridiculous executive and create. I'm going to like him. Whatever he does, it's going to be like Generation Now. Remember I told y'all that. Salute to P from QC. I think they got a valuable steal with having Wayno over there. He's in Atlanta a lot. He's loving it, and it's so super proud for me that when I ended that show, Everyday Struggle was super emotional for me. When I had that call with Complex, I already knew for a while they were like banking on like, oh, Ak, you're gonna be the guy. You're gonna be the guy. You're gonna be the guy. You good? Oh. So I already knew. Like I knew I was good, right? But for me, it was very important to make sure everybody else was good. And me and Nadeska, we had talks. I knew she was gonna be good. She already had like, Apple was poaching her. Apple wanted her badly, and she would come in sometimes and be like, "Yo, Ak, should I Oh, thank you." She would. For you? Oh my God, look at you, man. So I'm gonna just take a little bit. She would come in and tell me like how Apple is trying to get her, and she was like, "Yo, Ak, what should I do?" She's like, "I don't want to leave the show because this show is giving me all these opportunities." And I kept telling her, I said, watch how I'm moving in terms of, I want to do Everyday Struggle all the time, but like, it's not like I'm doing Everyday Struggle and going home. I'm working on these other things. I'm trying to do other shows. I'm using this as like our daily show, but I'm doing other things. So she's like, all right, bet. I'm going to make sure I, don't turn down anything with Apple. They're trying to work stuff out. They were moving a little slow. But by the way, they got it all under control. And I remember me and Nadeska sitting there, and she's like, Ak, what do you think about Wayno? If this doesn't continue at some point, and we almost said it to each other, it's like, we got to make sure we use whatever resources to help Wayno. And by the way, that was us just thinking that, we knew it was a hustler, but it was like, yo, hey, we kind of knew a little bit before him that, that this was going to happen. And here's the beautiful thing about it. Man, Wayno ain't need no fucking help because Wayno's a hustler.